Today was not exactly a planned day to record. I kind of recorded off of impulse, a good kind of impulse. Well, it started kind of bad, actually. Pretty basic for me. I was on the toilet taking a dump. Usually lasts about 10 to 15 minutes. Because I like to enjoy it. I like to let it marinate, you know. And I got the instant urge. Of course, I had to get the urge to wank. And usually wanking, it's just a normal thing for me nowadays. Unfortunately, that's how life changed very quickly. So I'm thinking like, okay, once I'm done, once I clean up, I can sit down on the bathroom floor and nut, just like I did last night. But then I thought of something. I thought about how bad I would feel tomorrow. But more importantly, the fact that I literally can't do the deed anymore because I think I have something something wrong with my worm. The friction from going up and down for so long, the gorilla grip, the strength, caused a friction burn of some sort, which turned into a scab, which turned into I think it's some type of cyst. I don't know, but my worm is out of action. I don't think it works anymore. First of all, the feeling's not there, and every time I try to use it, it hurts. It's red all around the ring. It's a sad sight to see. So I thought, why not record a video? And this video is surprisingly not about my failures, but about something weird that apparently people do nowadays, which I talked about a little bit in one of my videos. I think it was either mentally gooning to my potential love interests, which at the time I occasionally would say the term gooning, because that was way before it was overused and people don't really even know the true meaning of it, but now I'm not using it anymore. I prefer the term coomer rather than gooner. Coomer is an old school term. An old school term in the no fap community. It seems so foreign to me for me to say that because I was avid semen retender. Retainer? Retender. Yeah, right, okay. I used to save my sperm, like really save my sperm back in the day. Well, getting back to the point. It's always about my seed nowadays, unfortunately. But back to the maladaptive daydreaming is what I was going to refer to. The act of a super, super extreme form of daydreaming. If you've ever daydreamed, let's say in class or you're at work or something, and you're just thinking of, oh man, I can't wait to get home. And you think of all the things you could be doing when you get home. For me, what would it be when I got home? At the time, it was probably video games. It's always been video games, because I don't really have anything else that makes me happy anymore. Even back then when I was 14, 15-ish. That's a normal daydream. You're thinking in school about how much fun you could be having when you're not at school, when you get home. But maladaptive daydreaming takes that to another level. You start to actually act out your fantasies. Because now it turns into fantasy, like your dreams are dreaming in real life. But all the things you really can't do, you feel like you can do them. It's almost like you're not even there, really. And people are described to run around, something that I would do. Whenever I'm talking, I usually like to stand up and walk around, or talking more like a monologue, because I always have these very long conversations to myself, because who do I really have to talk to? Nobody. My choice is my own, of course. But sometimes I just jump up and run around and start laughing like I'm a child or something. Like this feeling of ecstasy that I get from experiencing things I've never truly experienced. Experiencing things of the mind. Experiencing things that I would usually experience in a dream. A very good dream, not a nightmare. As if I was a superhero or something. Or one of these overpowered anime characters that would bust into that would bust in through the school doors and kill the school shooter, because that's always like a crazy thing that I thought was going to happen. I thought that the school, any school that I would go to would get shot up, which isn't the case, thankfully. And realistically, I would probably be one of the first to die, because stupidly enough, I'd probably be in the bathroom. But those are just some of the things I think about, just saving people. And I'm spitting everywhere because, of course, the passion's back. I like this feeling. I like this pounding in my heart. And this is why I'm not going to beat off right now. Usually, by now, it's around 2 o'clock, 2:20ish. I'll be wanking now. But no, I'm talking about the life I could have had. But no, it's just in my dreams. But funny how that works, really. Okay, now according to the clevelandclinic.org, reputable source, it lists maladaptive daydreaming as a coping mechanism, which honestly makes sense. Because why else would I be thinking of stuff that could have happened or thinking of stuff that might happen but never really will happen if my life is so well off, if I enjoy my life? That's just not the case. Because I'm doing this every single day. Anytime I put on some hype music or something, it's very cringe. It's very cringe. But I'm going to keep it 100% a bean right now. I just run around the apartment. Run around this small... I don't even know square feet. I can't even do the measurements correctly. But it's about 20 feet, 10 feet, length, width, whatever. I'm just going back and forth. Back and forth like I'm outside, which I should be going outside and actually I'm talking. But no, that's not the case today. Oh, man. The coping mechanism part does make a bit of sense, actually, because, yeah, of course my life isn't bad or anything, but it's just repetitive for no reason. Okay, repetition could be good if you're learning something, if you're trying to practice, if you're looking towards a goal. Not the case. If I can't even complete a game, what makes you think that I can complete any actual goal of mine? It makes sense. It makes sense why I'm just thinking of the past. Why I'm daydreaming about a high school that I already graduated from, practically. It's rough. And this maladaptive daydreaming is also a good example of a type of overthinking. Because usually, before I would go to school, when I would wake up at 4 a.m. every day, I'd always think of like, what's going to happen today? What will I not look forward to? I would act that out in my mind. I would daydream about it and force myself into the state of what could possibly go wrong. And I still do that nowadays when it comes to work. Like right now, it's not even 24 hours later. 24 hours later, 26 hours later possibly, I'll be at work tomorrow. I'm probably making some mistakes, probably putting in the wrong type of bubbles in the tea or whatever. And then the Asian manager's gonna yell at me. It's funny. Always Asian. I somehow gravitate towards Asians for some reason. Why? First with the MPs, and now I'm working at some bubble tea spot. I've had bubble tea probably twice in my life. I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's the girl thing, right? And who really drinks bubble tea? It's solid, it's okay. But you think they're giving me free drinks? Nope. Not at all. That's okay as long as they give me those tips. The customers give me those tips. And I get paid in this minimum wage, which is pretty decent actually. The real takeaway with what I'm saying really is to add something in your life where you really don't have a reason to maladaptive daydream. Well, this is coming from somebody that doesn't have any mental issue. So what am I really to say? If maladaptive daydreaming is an actual mental problem for you, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But if it's just something you do to pass the time, something you do because you don't have anything really going on in your life, maybe add something in. For example, I might actually learn how to edit. I might actually edit my videos and learn how this thumbnail system works. I'm just putting thumbnails together, man. I'm just throwing stuff on the Canva app on my phone and just there it goes. Like it's nothing, and it somehow works out and it looks kind of funny. But the editing is really gonna get there, and then I could put something over the video, maybe add some music in the background. I don't know how to do that. The one time I tried adding music in the background, I got copyright claimed, strike. I don't know. All I know is that the person, because it's music. This is a music from an anime that's 21 years old. But that was in the past again. I'm not gonna make that mistake. Maybe I am just crazy. Maybe I am a psychopath. I don't know. Because does anybody really experience this at all? I don't know. So far, this has been nobody that actually I know who I know anyway that maladaptive daydreams besides good old Gerbert Johnson. From what he says anyway. But this is just such a weird feeling. I don't know if anybody can really relate to this. A feeling of the act more so of maladaptive daydreaming, of very intensively daydreaming about things that could be and things that will never happen. Or maybe this could all just be a facade of my mind, and maybe if I stop releasing my seed, I won't maladaptive daydream, because I'll have so much energy that I'll actually want to do something, but I'm always in a perpetual state of not having enough energy to do anything productive, and having enough energy to run around the place and think about just falsehoods, man. But maybe something will shift. I gain my confidence back. I get my mojo really into place.